Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to my playthrough of Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. So this is going to be a replay of this game, so I mostly know what is going to happen and what to do, especially that I've beaten it several times in New Game Plus mode. But it's been more like 15 years since I played this game, so I hope this will be a fun semi-blind playthrough. And I also want to say that I'm not planning to 100% this game because achieving 100% completion is very time consuming. There are a lot of collectibles and things to buy throughout the game, so I don't think I can record getting everything for this series. I will try my best to explore all the planets and complete all the main and side missions, as well as buying and using as many weapons and gadgets to showcase them throughout the playthrough. So without any further delays, let's get started. And as you can see, this is my old save file, so it looks like I've beaten it at least 2 times, but here we go.
Ha-ha! My Blargian Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Your luck is extraordinary, sir. But do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first time for everything. Agent Clank! You missed! So much for the famous secret agent.
Shocking. Bring the car around, Jeeves, and mind the ejector seat this time.
Stay tuned for more Secret Agent Clank.
That was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
But the man said to stay tuned.
We continue our live coverage from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed terrors. Indeed, this backwater planet may be completely destroyed in a matter of hours. Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
We're going home.
But Veldin is in the Solana galaxy. Oh no, not the gravimetric warp drive. The untested gravimetric warp drive. The one you built from Blargian scrap metal.
Coming?
We are doomed.
You were saying?
I stand corrected.
I just hope we're not too late.
Okay, here we go. So sorry for pausing right off in the beginning, but I am going to turn on subtitles. I turned them on earlier, but it looks like the setting didn't save, but there we go. Anyway, just making sure we have anything available from the very beginning.
Greetings, Client 91802, and welcome back to the Solana Galaxy.
Yeah, it feels great to be back in this game again. It's also interesting to see how much the UI has changed throughout the games. So for example, instead of the orb representation of our HP as the nanotech, we now have just simple numerical numbers, but anyway.
These must be the Galactic Rangers.
Hey, look! It's a new sergeant!
Huh?
Hey, Sarge, you can have my gun. There's too many of them! We're all gonna die!
Press circle to fire your shock blaster.
And you still have the XP system, so that's great. I guess another observation I can make here is there are now V or versions, so guns can upgrade more than one level, unlike the second game. No, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that,
Glad
but
to see you, Sarge. We're pinned down by that enemy vehicle. Somebody's gotta take it out.
Let me guess. That somebody is me.
We gotta volunteer. Here, Sarge, take this. We'll cover you. From back there!
Try using the nitro launcher.
I just meant to change the weapon. I didn't mean to turn off the tip. And that's fine. Looks like we have the helipad still. Actually, out of curiosity, can we switch to the thruster pack? That's what my preference is. Okay. Wait, there's a lot to unpack for this game.
To select weapon,
I keep interrupting the tips, but yeah, there's a lot to cover. So hopefully,
hold L1 to precisely target your weapon.
can kind of get my thoughts together. But other than that, I think the game is.
You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu.
It's pretty much the same from the other previous one, going Commando. What I want to quickly comment on is the multiplayer experience or add-on that's featured in this game, because I remember I used to play it a lot, but I never played online, but I used to play it locally. And I always had a great time playing it with friends, so I'm excited to kind of jump back into that, because I do know there are some, let's say, missions or planets or levels that feature the multiplayer maps, or the other way around, multiplayer maps feature a lot of the main story maps.
Your maximum nanotech level has increased.
So again, I will comment again, is this game looks very great. Like, replaying the second game really looked good. And now this game, the third one, I think released a year later, if I can remember. Still very great. Now, I don't really know how much, or let's say how much I'm going to try to upgrade all these weapons. And that they're not just one level evolutions. It might be difficult to get them to max level, or get a lot of them in max level before the end of this game. I don't remember how long this game is, but considering that I'm just doing a direct playthrough, hopefully we can at least get 1 or 2 weapons reaching its final level.
What's the situation?
The droids have fallen back to a base in F sector. We have orders to go in and take them out. F sector? No way. Game over, man. We're all gonna end up as scrap metal.
Get back in there, trooper. We've got a planet to save.
Sir, yes, sir. Not me. I'm afraid of heights.
So I think this is actually one of the multiplayer maps.
Stay frosty,
Multiplayer.
people. The droids could be hiding anywhere.
Because I do remember this UI mini map, which I believe is in the multiplayer.
Watch out! They're coming out of the rubble!
So I guess just to kind of talk about the multiplayer aspect, because I'm not going to obviously play it right now or in the near future. So there are bases, and this is our home base, as you can see. There are 2 teams, let's say,
Here come the droid dropships!
the enemy and allied teams, which is usually represented with red and blue.
Droids.
And your goal is to take over your opponent's base. So I think what we're supposed to do right now is kind of make our progress toward the enemy base, which I'm gonna see if we can.
The doors have opened. Look out!
'Cause I see teleporters because later on you infiltrate your enemy's base and destroy the core. And yeah, it was pretty fun doing it, playing local multiplayer, kind of challenging each other. But let's see what happens next.
Sir, we have a transmission from the president!
How are things on the front lines, soldier? Is that Secret Agent Clank?
Greetings, sir. We are here to help.
Well, this is an honor, and I see you brought your chauffeur along.
What? No. Hold on a second, sir.
Agent Clank, we must stop Dr. Nefarious. As you may know, only one man has ever faced him and survived. I've just received a top secret report on that man's whereabouts. Here, take a look.
On tonight's episode of Nature's Mysteries, we examine the Florana tree beast. Deep in the dense growth of Florana's Jambu forest lives a mysterious creature. Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of Nature's Mysteries.
I seen him run right through our camping site. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Or maybe it weren't a banana. It could be.
One of Nature's Mysteries. Legend tells that this mysterious creature is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever lived. Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of Nature's Mysteries. Tune in and find out the answers.
We need you to find this man. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Are you sure this is the guy you're looking for, Mr. President? Yeah, he seems like kind of a, wacko.
You may be right, but he's the best chance we've got. I know you boys won't let me down.
You can count on us, sir.
Okay, I guess we're just jumping right into the next planet. I honestly did not expect that. That was a pretty short prologue. It's also nice that now we have a max all ammo option in the shop. And here are some next new weapons. I'm excited for the plasma whip. I think that was a personal favorite. It's not that great, but it's fun to use. But we'll get the storm first and then get the whip right after. My bad.
Your controller can be configured with multiple button maps, including a map that places the fire command on R1. To change to a different button map, press Start, then enter the Options menu and select Controls.
I don't think I really need to do that. I'm already used to the original controls anyway. I guess another thing is Secret Agent
Jackpot
Clank.
crate multiplies all bolts and experience gained for a limited time.
I also forgot about that. So for those who don't know, Secret Agent Clank is a spin-off game as well in the Ratchet and Clank series. I don't know when it was released in comparison to this game. I think it might have been released a little bit after. I'm not too sure. But again, we'll see. I don't know if I'm planning to play that game. Pretty much a full game version of the... I did 6 HP. I mean 7 HP. Anyway, it's pretty much a full version of the Clank minigame or
Your
sections.
weapon has upgraded. Weapons upgrade automatically when they're used frequently. Hold circle to charge up the shock blaster for a more powerful attack.
I didn't expect the enemy's damage output to be this critical from the very beginning of the game. Like, I'm already low HP in 2 hits. So, but
To
here we
perform a
go.
high jump, hold R1 and press X.
But we did get our first weapon upgrade quite quickly. I also like that we have 3 weapons in the loadout now, and we're in the quick select. Because in second game you can only have 2. So I will say that for the third game, they really optimize a lot of the gameplay mechanics. Like for example, the wrench throw is much faster like that.
You can climb a ladder by jumping onto it and pressing X until you reach the top.
Like in the first game, it was so slow, and you can't move afterward. And there we go, we got the... sometimes I cannot read the text properly. The storm. Okay. Like I said, there's a lot to unpack in this game. But as I've said, I think we generally covered everything. So just hopefully I don't get myself killed and have to restart from pretty bad checkpoint. It seems like the system's a little bit more unforgiving, similar to the first game, but I think we'll see.
Inferno mode. Your armor and wrench attack have been greatly increased for a limited time.
So while I'm in Inferno mode, I cannot use my weapons, which is an interesting mechanic, that even though you do have increased armor and damage output, you can't
To jump between walls,
use your
jump, then
weapons.
press X in midair while next to a wall.
Although you do have dual wielding, but I don't think that makes much of a difference. So as I'm starting to remember some of this game again, I will say I think it was the second one, going Commando. That's probably my favorite, but this was a close contender.
To use a zip line, stand under it and jump.
Because I feel like there's something about this game that doesn't hit as much as the second game for me. But we'll see as the game progresses. Because again, this game really is more optimized though. Maybe it's just because it feels a little less forgiving. So I think you just balance the difficulty level with the UI changes or gameplay changes. It's like, probably this is for experienced players who has played the games throughout the entire series so far. Again, that's my opinion. Now one thing is for these zipline portions, it's not as obvious as the other game. But
Ratchet,
anyway.
we have company.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Behind you.
Very funny. You having a good time?
You trespass on sacred ground. Now you walk path of death.
But, sir,
Path of death.
So I'm just gonna quickly check if we can backtrack. Also, how much is the whip? 7,000. Is there anything back here? Actually, surprised it let me go back. Okay, so I'm assuming that we'll come back here. If not, that's fine. It's kinda unfortunate I didn't get
Center the camera.
a
Tap L1.
health replenish, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, I was a little scared I was going to fall off the edge there, but kinda lucky. Okay. Okay. Looks like I'm losing a bit of momentum, but Hopefully again, you don't really make too many killers mistakes. I got a little bit too close there.
To throw your whip, hold R1 and press circle.
Cannot be.
Okay, we walked your path of death. Now, tell us what you know about Dr. Nefarious.
Huh?
Dr. Nefarious! They say you're the only man to ever beat him.
Huh?
Jeez, this guy's even dumber than...
Captain Quark?
Yeah, Captain Quark. That's it, Quark. You've had this coming for a long time.
So looks like there's not a lot of hits done. So I'll just use the whip later. So pretty much the whip is like a stronger wrench with a burn effect.
So, Quark has completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on. He thinks you are his new leader.
Great.
Incoming call.
This is Captain Sasha of the Starship Phoenix. The President has asked me to assist you.
Hi.
I see you have located Captain Quark.
Yeah, we got him, but, well, he thinks he's a monkey.
Of course. Bring him to the Phoenix and we'll see what we can do. Sasha out.
Look at that, Clank. This ship is amazing.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet. She's equipped with the latest technology. Holodeck training suite, auto vendors for armor and weapons, virtual firing range, starfighter upgrade system, even a Gadgetron VG-9000 game system.
A VG-9000?
Of course. With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you've obviously had an exhausting trip. Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark, so he won't get in your way. Come meet me on the bridge when you're ready.
To view the world map, press select or R3.
Okay, so let's take a quick look. So, I think this is the main hub where you can see everything that you've done in the game. So we got the armor. I guess we can access that much earlier than the second game. And other little trinkets you can kind of access as you play through the game. Though I think it's kind of interesting in New Game Plus. I'm not sure to what extent you lose some of this stuff, but... And missions are kind of more like separate things, so maybe... I'm not sure about exploring other planets like the other games. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I played through this game. So we can just kind of take a quick look around and continue the main story.
This is our Gadgetron weapons vendor. Here you can try out new weapons in a VR simulation before you buy them.
And that's also pretty cool, because now we have all these new ones. And this is also like a slight, I guess you can say Easter egg or reference, but let's just do that. There we go. So they have the Infector, which honestly I don't really think that's that great, but we'll see. And then obviously the suck cannon from the first game. You can just suck enemies and then launch them back. Don't know. I can also do crates as well. Don't know how good it is in comparison to the first game, but we will see. And we can always test it, but that's alright. Just do that, that's fine. Just so we're ready for the next battle.
This is our onboard Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase.
So we do have the next one at 10,000. That's not bad. And reduce 33% of damage received, which I don't know. That just feels superficial, because enemies upscaling is pretty big. So I just want to see what the skin we just got. So we unlocked the old school Ratchet, and then we have some of these other skins that you can use some of them in the multiplayer, but we'll just keep the current armor. As in terms of cheats and skill points, I'm not going to mess with that. Just gonna continue onward. And we got the mapping system again, which personally is gonna bother me. That some parts like this, that bit there, doesn't get mapped, but whatever. So again, let's quickly check out the VR deck and other things. And
This is the Phoenix VR deck. Here you can train in combat simulations or practice using new gadgets.
so I don't know if this might be like the new kind of arena, which it does look like it. So let's just quickly try some, just to see if we can access more prizes. Also a good opportunity to get our weapons upgraded. I think it's kind of interesting that using the web uses ammo. But something like that, you can throw it. It's quite useful. There's a lot of grouped up lower level enemies. I mean, most of the time these arena challenges are just simply defeat the entire group. Or other times it can be survival, which I guess is the same concept, but we'll see. Yeah, it does really seem like this game is quite, again, optimized and slightly more linear. Again, we'll see it once we kind of jump into traveling to other planets. But luckily with good spacing you can be fine. So I don't know how long this bit is gonna take, so I don't mind trying to finish them all right now. Because we can save up for the armor upgrade. Okay, I wasn't really able to get some hits done, but that's alright. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, I guess it's worth maybe talking about that little reference in a bit. Alright, so I guess I can just talk about it now. So in the first game, they bought the employee, let's say, discount. So, as if you remember from the dialogue from that game, that it takes 2 years for that discount to take in effect. So funny enough is that this game, in comparison to the first game, it's been 2 years. So in real life, you actually did get the discount after 2 years. So I think that's a fun little reference back or callback to the original game, and if you have played through the original game as well. Okay, we got the V2, which I think is just slightly stronger. It also has an electric mod effect, so that's great. Okay, I guess we're just gonna keep going. I think what's great is you get free ammo refills. So I don't have to worry about buying more ammo. But I'm also not sure if they reintroduce mods back in this game, because if some of the weapons already have mods attached to them, yeah, I don't know what other uses you can have or other potential upgrades. Okay, so this is the final one, so that's good. Or at least final for now. So again, let's try to get the plasma whip to level 2. Okay, there we go. We got the V2 for the nitro launcher. So I think it might also have an electric effect. I'm not sure because I'm starting to see the electricity effects from simply killing these test dummies. So I guess we'll see once we get into the field. Alright, so there we go. We got our first titanium bolt. And Biden says that it's only used for buying skins. So, again, not sure. We'll see. Because you can also get cheats but I think cheese is more for achievements.
Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here.
So the trophy room, I believe, is mostly for the achievements, as I mentioned earlier. So I think I can get some throughout this playthrough, so we'll see.
These are your quarters. I set up the VG9000 to play vid comic discs.
How do you think he got like this?
Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious? We're hosed.
Okay, so I guess we just dropped off Quark in our personal quarters.
This is the VG9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here.
So I think vid comics is kind of like a small, let's say, lore media that you can get throughout the game. I think you mostly buy them as well. They're nothing too special, but I think it's just kind of a nice collectible to get throughout the game. As I've said, I'm not planning to do or collect all the collectibles or try to. And that's gonna be way too hard.
Great. Meet me on the bridge.
But it looks like we don't have enough for the armor, which is fine. Still got a lot of bolts collected. So let's just go into the bridge and continue the main story.
Press triangle to interrupt these messages. You can disable help messages in the options menu.
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere! Tyrannoid invasion force! Presidential compound has been breached! Cannot hold out much longer here!
Mr. President! Dad! Are you there?
Dad?
Robotic citizens of the Solana Galaxy, the hour of your liberation is at hand! Too long have we robots suffered under the bigotry, the stupidity, the squishiness and foul stench of organic life forms. Soon, all robots will bask in the liberty and equality of my benevolent, iron-fisted rule. And as for you filthy organic life forms, you can look forward to being disintegrated. That's all for now.
Plot a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault. We're going in.
We'll see you on Arcadia.
Alright. So I think it's also interesting to see that, I guess, sign language interpreter on the bottom right.
To view your current missions, select the missions menu from the pause screen.
And as well as, I didn't expect to see Dr. Nefarious be revealed this early in the game. Honestly, I thought I was kind of like he's a secret and will be revealed similar to the second game with the hooded thief. Because I guess if anyone's watching this without watching the second game, don't want to spoil that, I guess. But here we are with the missions. The reason why I'm checking, just because I'm curious, as I've said, if side missions are in this game like the other two.
You can upgrade your starfighter systems at this console.
Because in the other games, each planet has its own individual missions list. In this one, it just seems like it is more linear, as I said. So I don't know if some of these upgrades are considered aesthetic only or actual usage. Like, for example, standard nose versus the scoop nose increases speed. I don't see a stats list, and if I don't really have to get those, can maybe just get the ones that look obviously what ship upgrades. But anyway, let's just jump right into the next planet.